Adani stocks also in news, not just on the back of the fact that SEBI is going to tender its final report, but we're also given to understand, Karthik, a part of the report has already been submitted as of Friday in Supreme Court, where investigation is complete, partly of the 24 clauses or 24 I think ideas that SEBI was investigating. Partly investigation is finished, only 2 are remaining. The entire report is expected to be submitted in Supreme Court on 29th, which is tomorrow. So all eyes, of course, will be on Adani there. Adani stocks have, recuperated some of its losses, but were trading slightly in the red as of Friday. They're picking up this morning. What are you hoping and what is your stance on Adani stocks at this point, Mr. Hota?
To put out a disclaimer, we do not have official coverage on Adani from Sharekhan BNP Paribas. But to give a broader sense on what is happening in Adani, this entire group stock always react very in a wide margin to what is happening in the news in the market. So as you rightly mentioned, SEBI has, if you read the report, SEBI has mostly cleared their finding out of 22, and 2 finding that was remain is not from the SEBI, from the global agency, and they are waiting for that. So it is a positive news from a sense that now they are getting a total clearance from the SEBI. But there are other news that is
it's a total clearance at this point in time, Mr. Hota? Have you read the report yourself?
Yeah, what I'm reading that out of 24, 22 was the SEBI finding, and out of 22 they have given a clear clearance to the Adani. But 2 that are remaining is from the global agencies, and that
what
we are waiting for. So that is what I have read in the report.
So basically, these are speculative reports in media. The report that SEBI has actually submitted in the Supreme Court is not yet out, is my understanding.
Yeah, that is what I'm reading from the media. That is the reason I'm saying that there are other reports that are pending from the SEBI as well. And that is what the market is speculating. So if you read some other media report, there could be some, I was reading some media report that was talking about putting a ban on the Adani Group promoter from the capital market from the SEBI. So there are lots of speculation that is happening around the Adani. So, and it is highly speculative, stock that per se. So that is the reason I would don't like to comment on the Adani Group stock, because I don't have the coverage and the volatility is huge. So I believe the retail investors should keep away from that, and the institutional investors have their own allocation in this. But for Adani Group stock, I would like to say that retail investors should keep out of that because of the huge volatility.
But we are definitely seeing action on Adani stocks, Shweta. Of course, the report that came out in the media, of course, tomorrow is going to be the big day. 29th August is when the report would actually be tabled in the Supreme Court and will be presented to the Supreme Court. Now, that is when we will see some positive action on whichever direction the Adani stocks might take. Right now, I think all this is stemming out of mostly out of speculation. Investors believing, both retail as well as global institutional investors believing that the SEBI panel has given a clean chit to Adani. We don't know yet. I think we should wait till tomorrow to see what comes out of that report, and only then I think should we be able to delve deeper into the Adani stocks.
In my understanding, before we move on, I think it's highly unlikely that SEBI will be able to conclude the 2 ongoing investigation, because as Mr. Hota also pointed out, it really depends on cooperation of international agencies. So whether that will happen tomorrow or not, but so far the report that has already been submitted in Supreme Court, will have to wait for the fine prints of that. But all eyes, of course, will be on tomorrow's hearing, when SEBI will either furnish its final report or perhaps will clarify on whether there's going to be a report in the interim or not.